What's happening, Tribe? Welcome back to TrybeTalk, and this is episode number 6. My name is Anuj. This is a special episode as we have come to the last game week of the 21-22 season, and the occasion demanded that we invited a special guest. So, without further ado, please welcome Surya from the extremely popular FPL blogging site allaboutfpl.com. How are you doing, my friend?
I'm good, Anuj. Thanks for having me. It's been a pleasure being here, and I've known you for a while, and we get along really well. And it's a pleasure for me to be on Tribe Talk. Yeah.
When I went full time into FPL, and I just thought, and I had started hearing all about FPL, especially after you guys were awarded the bronze medal in the FCA awards in London last year.
Yeah. It was in
Yeah,
London in October. Yeah. Yes.
yeah, and I just kind of took my shot, and I just reached out to you, and you were very kind enough to let me write articles for you guys.
Yeah.
I think that's been the essence of all about FPL, isn't it?
Yeah. So the content industry is generally like that because you don't land a gig very easily. I personally felt that hardship when I was in. Once we grew, we had people like you, so many people wanting to contribute, and I never say no because even if someone is lagging, we just take them in, probably tell them how to improve and stuff, and it's heartwarming to see people put in more efforts, the content
Yeah.
grows and the quality grows as well.
How did it all begin?
So I've always been a big sports fan. I tried to start a blog with my friend,
Right.
probably co-founder Srini, but then we tried to cover everything in sports. It was a tough nut to crack. That's when I realized how to blog, where to blog, how to set up a website, and like we always played FPL in college. It was very
Right.
popular. That's when I stumbled. Okay, some people are doing better because they know they have better information than us. That's when
Right.
we stumbled upon FPL Twitter. So we thought we'll start something that makes it easier for people. Yeah.
How big is the team right now? How many writers are writing for All About FPL?
I have never said no, so that means the actual authors that so far have contributed is in three digits, like people that
Right.
have written one off like once in a while and stuff.
Right.
But the core family is like around 25-30 people that we have. It's always been about the passion, and anybody that has done so far has done solely for that.
You on your website you mentioned you are the third best fantasy football site right now, and your aim is to become number one.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
obviously it's not a hidden fact that number one and number two are FF Scout and FF Hub.
Yeah.
Uh, so how do you intend to reach number one? Are you going to maintain the same free model? If you haven't thought about it, if you don't want to disclose it, that's absolutely fine.
No. So I firmly believe that it's a free game and it invokes a lot of youngsters as well into
Yeah.
football. Like I have seen people like 12, 13, 14 play the game.
Hmm.
All over FPL till it exists will not charge money for the content that we put out. So that's always been the motto, and that always will be our motto going forward as well. Yeah, and I fully respect, but the other two sides, they run full time, they have funding, and I don't
Yeah.
do this
Yeah.
full time. So me and the other co-founder Srini, we both don't do it full time. We have jobs and life
Right.
outside of it.
So all
Yeah.
the very best. I hope all about FPL when it enters the fourth year is bigger. Let's see how your season has been so far. Impressive FPL name you have, Shoberto Carlos.
I think I had a mar at the beginning. I was at the wrong end of the Bentonio thing. Like I didn't get along
Right.
on
Right.
the Antonio Bowen. So I was right at the back end, right from the beginning. So like I was around a million in game week 7, 8, and then somehow clawed back to like 300, 400K in like game week
Right.
20, 21. But then after that, it's been decent. Like I was on the right side of game week 26 by triple captaining Salah. And then the second wild card played out pretty well. So I moved up to 50K. Like the last 36 was a big pushback because uh,
Yeah.
after telling people to captain KDB, I couldn't get in KDB.
Right.
So so I went back to 80K, and like the free hit, of course, I should have gotten Vardy, but
All right. Since you're a United fan and you are here with the United jersey as well, can they fall down to eighth position? No,
no, we
even if they
can't
lose the
score
last game.
8, but Like if we do bad against Crystal Palace, we'll
Right.
go to the Conference League, and like if West Ham win against Brighton, they go into the Europa League. So
If West Ham loses to Brighton and if you win, do you go
yeah,
to Europa?
yeah, we
Okay.
go to the Europa. Yeah, yeah.
So there's still lots to play for in that game.
There's still lots to play for, but I don't know the first 11 if they know if there's lots to play for. So
So
yes.
what's been the since being a true United fan, what's if somebody was to ask you, just pick out one most impressive thing about this season, or the thing which you kind of can take heart from.
I never got to watch a lot of Ronaldo play live for United because I was pretty young back then. But to see him come back, to see him score like 18, 19 league goals in the Premier League, which is phenomenal for him. And
Yeah, yeah,
he's done it mostly without penalties as well. And like his first performance was inspired. Like if someone had, if someone takes notes from him, like that United side could improve a lot. I think few other players like Fred has improved really well, and this
right.
season he played really good. Like he's an 8, he's not a 6.
Okay. Amongst the many disappointing things, what was the most disappointing for you this season?
Oh yeah, I think the defense. I think it's horrible because
Hmm.
Luke Shaw started the season as the most owned FPL player. We got Varane, so Varane, Maguire, Shaw. Okay, even take a Van Bissaka, who okay we know about his technical, his attacking flaws, but defensively he's strong. De Gea. So we thought the defense was locked and sealed, and we had Lindelof that was a able backup for one of Maguire and Varane, but
Yeah.
there was a recent Real Madrid offloaded Varane, and that's now pretty evident. Cavani was supposed to give backup for Ronaldo, but he plays
Right.
for Uruguay, comes back injured. He never played
Yeah.
again for us. So
All right, let's go ahead with
yep,
our the task at hand. Game week 38, last game week of the season. So 38 seems to be it has been in the past a very high scoring game week,
yes,
and we will quickly take a look at the fixtures.
yeah.
Uh, what fixtures really stand out for you?
I think, uh, yeah. So I've always loved writing draft blogs, like free drafts and wildcard drafts, and like five fixtures clearly look out for me because uh, Wolves, Watford, Norwich, Southampton all ranked for the worst defenses in the last 6 game weeks. What were just like completely done. There's no coaching. There's nothing. Just wipes there. So I think the Chelsea attack, Chelsea defense, the Liverpool attack, which is going to be a gamble if Salah's out,
Hmm.
especially. But Leicester could also have Leicester traditionally do really well against Southampton, so there could be budget assets there. So it's a nice mix to get a very balanced free draft because often you try to target all of the big teams from the top 6 on a free draft. Of course you wouldn't have money, but we have nice enablers here, and of course Norwich Spurs is the game to watch out for because
Yeah.
Kane and Son will hunt Norwich down.
If you see the fixtures, so let's say who all have something to play for. Obviously, Arsenal has; they have to
Yeah,
win. I think Brentford, Leeds again. Leeds has
it
something definitely a
leads.
lot to play for.
Yeah, and there's
Uh,
spice there because the
yeah,
championship uh
correct.
Rooney
Exactly.
has
Exactly.
registered
Yeah.
lead, so that's
Yeah,
there. West Ham
Brighton,
I
West
think
Ham. West Ham has to stay for the Europa spot.
got
Burnley, Newcastle, Burnley's relegation.
relegation.
Chelsea, Watford, nothing for Watford. So that's as you said, it's a proper game to get Chelsea assets.
Yeah, yes.
Crystal Palace, United. United has to win and hope
Yeah.
West Ham loses. Leicester, Southampton. Southampton has been on the beach for I think ages now. And Leicester,
Yes.
Leicester the season they're still at ninth or 10th.
Yeah.
Obviously, they had a great season last season, and then they were fifth.
They need at least a top half finish because Leicester are big.
Yeah, absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely.
so that's
And they would like to show their home fans, yes, they could not really go on and win the Conference League, so
yes,
they would
yes.
like to finish. And Vardy is on form, and
Yeah.
Vardy loves to, he loves to put up a show on the
Yeah,
last
yes,
game week
yes, yes.
and in front of his home fans.
Yes,
Liverpool Wolves, obviously, we know the title is on the
yes,
line.
yes.
City, Aston Villa again, and
Yeah,
Norwich, Tottenham
and the
again for
captain
top four.
ones. Yeah,
So apart from Chelsea, Watford, and Leicester, Southampton, each and every other game, there's a team which has something to really do.
something
So
to play for. Yeah, yes.
might be a action-packed day.
Yeah,
Let's take a
yeah.
look at your draft. No Liverpool, four big teams in City, Tottenham, Chelsea, and one from Leicester.
Yeah, I think Watford, except for Joao Pedro, they don't have any goal threat at the moment. So I think, but Chelsea should stop him. So a double defense especially works out, and you never know how badly Tuchel rotates the attack. So James
Hmm.
Alonso seems a fair bet. Alonso will start. James has grown his fitness over the last 3-4 weeks.
Yeah, yeah,
I think they have been bit more reasonable on him. Sessignon, I think, is a very good enabler because he's 4.3.
yeah.
He could be amongst the assists.
And
Laporte,
he has really grown into that role as well. And
yeah, yeah, yeah,
if a manager like Conte is starting him regularly, that means he's
yeah.
has the confidence in
Yes,
him.
yes, yes. And like Conte has openly rated him over
Yeah,
Reguilon. I think from what Conte generally speaks, he rates Sessignon really, really
yeah,
highly.
yeah.
Laporte, I think I would have wished it was Cancelo, but for budget constraints, I couldn't. The main reasoning was I had to fit Vardy, Son, Kane. Like Son, Kane, they speak for themselves. Son is
Yeah.
chasing the golden boot, and especially if Klopp doesn't risk Salah in this game because knowing he needs him for the Real Madrid fixture. I'm not sure how it's like. I think Klopp is bit more comfortable now to not play with Salah. I think he's more open these days because he has a good squad there because he has Diaz.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
has come in. It's not like 2-3 seasons back when it was always
correct.
Firmino, Mane, Salah. So I don't know if he is available, then maybe that KDB Salah spot is always a gamble. KDB generally finishes off on a high. I think I tweeted out
Mm.
that today as well. His numbers are really good for a game week 38. You need Son, Kane, and you need Vardy as well. But if you drop Vardy, bring in Madison in the midfield to cover Leicester
Chelsea defenders, they play today, as in today for
tomorrow.
me,
Yeah,
Singapore,
yes,
tomorrow for you. Yeah. So
yeah,
if they play full 90 against Leicester, right? Yeah, Leicester.
yeah, yeah.
Do you still feel they'll start?
I think Alonso is pretty much fixed. I think there's the mess with Christensen that he's refusing to play, and Tuchel
Yeah,
has said goodbye to him. So I think both James and Alonso are safe regardless of what happens tomorrow, and Mount too because Werner was confirmed to be out for tomorrow
yeah,
because
yeah.
of
And
hamstring issue.
Mount's record against the
The smaller
relegated
teams,
teams,
yeah,
it's
yeah,
been
yeah.
amazing this season.
Yeah, yeah,
Amazing,
that guy runs
right?
throughout against the smaller team. So I
Right.
think Mount is nailed. Yeah, I think I like this draft more balanced draft, but there's no Liverpool. But yeah, of course, you could slot in next and remove James, bring in Matip.
So you made it without Liverpool. So I just to counter for discussion, I made it with Liverpool.
Yeah.
Uh, though I again I have both James and Alonso as well.
Yeah, and
Sessegnon, Son. I do not have Kane, so obviously I've got Trent and Luis Diaz. I
yeah,
think he's definitely starting.
yeah, yeah.
Uh,
He didn't play against Southampton, so he
yeah,
definitely
he
start.
didn't. So he's absolutely rested.
Yeah, yeah, yes.
And he as we have seen, I would say he's the signing for the season for me.
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah,
And he likes to he has a South American flair to
yeah,
him,
yeah,
and he
yeah,
likes to
yeah, yeah.
super pace. So I think he would like to finish on a high. I have a feeling on Kane. Yes, I think like you said about De Bruyne, how he finishes well every season. Kane
Mm-hmm.
does the same.
Yeah,
His game
yeah,
week 38 stats, and I think you tweeted out
yeah,
that as
yeah.
well.
Yes.
He's been amazing against again the relegated teams or teams in
Yeah,
in the bottom half.
yeah.
But do you think, since the Golden Boot is online, let's say if Spurs gets a penalty, do you think Kane is going to give it to Son?
Like Kane has this history of not giving penalties even when it didn't
Right,
matter because
right,
I think I read somewhere like in an England friendly Sancho wanted to take a penalty because he'd already scored two or something, and
right.
it was San Marino and Kane didn't
Okay,
give him the
okay.
penalty, and I don't think he'll give penalty talk happened on Twitter as well today. But I'm
Hmm.
for sure, for some reason, confident that if even Spurs get one, I am not sure. And it's also on a team basis. Like someone who's not taken penalty for so long, and someone who's
Yeah, that's
taking
true. That's true.
so often.
Because it's a team game, right? And you have the main objective is not the golden boot. The main objective is to win the game.
In the game.
So
And the
yeah,
CL is on the line, and if it's 0-0 and case Son misses, I think it could go awfully bad. I don't think
yeah, yeah,
Conte is a manager that will let changes happen. Generally, the trend is that gaming 30 will see a lot of goals. The clean
yeah, yeah.
sheets are going to be we'll have to accept the fact that we might not see a lot of clean sheets, and that's why I
Right.
like your backline, because everybody there could end up getting an attacking return, like James, Alonso,
Yeah.
Session, Train, Cancelo. So yeah, I think.
Not too sure of Schmeichel. So I'll just show you one more draft
Uh-huh.
where have I have put.
Yeah.
Okay, so this I've gone a little big on Brentford because I still feel Brentford,
Mhm.
everybody knows how they started the season and the Premier League by beating Arsenal 2-0. And I
Yeah.
still feel and as you said, it's a spicy fixture
Yeah.
against Leeds
Yes. Yes.
United. So I have Raya as the goalkeeper. So this is Kane, Vardy, and Tony.
Yeah.
Uh,
That's a good front line. Yes. Yeah.
and Son, Mane, and Mount. And so Mane again has had a good record in game week 38. But
No.
that you could also say that he was in contention for the Golden Boot for the last 2-3 seasons. But
Mhm.
this season he has not been. So
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
you never know. So
Yes.
it's a
Yes.
fight between Mane and Luis Diaz for me.
Yeah. Yes.
Matip, I had to get somebody from Liverpool because I think they will have a clean sheet.
Yes. Yes.
So this is Kane, Vardy with Tony. What do you feel of Brentford versus Leeds and Crystal Palace versus United? Because a lot of people really got in Zaha as well for this double game week.
Yeah.
Obviously,
Yeah.
it could be on free hit or might not be.
I
Any
think
chances against United?
the worst six defenses United fare the feature there in the last 6 game weeks. Palace last game at home for the season, they have done fairly enough in it's such a big
Yeah,
rebuild that they
yeah,
have done, and like they have a full strength. It's the last game for Gallagher. Most likely, I don't think Palace will have a sniff at
yeah,
him.
yeah. Surely,
There's Olise, there's Esse, there's Mateta, Edward, Zaha. So there is enough of attacking options, and I think Villa and Palace are also in the 11th, 12th spot. They
yeah,
look to
yeah,
climb each other. Zaha, of course, plays against United's former team.
yeah.
Uh,
Exactly.
yeah, but that guy blows hot and cold. I've never been in the good end of Zaha written. But I do accept that the Tony Raya is a good differential doubler, because
Mm.
if what happens in tomorrow's game, like the Burnley game could tell if Burnley somehow snatch a result. It looks bad for Leeds. Tony has this excitement and his eagerness to score against Leeds, so that could
Yeah,
work
yeah.
well for him. Yeah.
All right, let's go to FPL quiz now.
Yeah.
Since we all, are FPL nerds and we kind of immerse ourselves into FPL stats. So there are three questions here. So first question
Yeah.
is it's on the price rise in
Mhm.
FPL
Yeah.
of players. So which player has had the highest price rise in FPL this season, and by how much?
It's Cancelo. I think it's by 1.2 million, or it's 1
Yes.
million. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Bang on. So six, he started at six and now he's at 7.2.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, I really wonder he's going to be six next season. I don't think so.
I think it'll be 7. I think
Yeah,
Trent will be 8 or 8.5
yeah.
probably. Yeah. James as well.
I think Trent is still worth it.
I think-
If he's giving 170, 175 plus points, I'm
Yeah.
happy with
Yes. Yes.
right.
Yes.
So I think second
Yeah.
is Son. To he was at 10, he's at 11.1. So it's a
Yeah.
rise of 1.1. Third is Trent,
Trent. Yeah.
a rise of 0.9.
He started
And
7.5. He's at
yeah,
8.5.
and James, I think he's also for 0.9, 5.5 to 6.4. Second question. uh, when we
Yeah.
speak of the term talisman, obviously it means the player with the highest FPL points from each club.
Yeah.
uh, so so the split, I'll give you the split as of now in terms of all the talisman from all the 20 clubs.
Mm-hmm.
So it's two goalkeepers,
Mm-hmm.
two defenders,
Mm-hmm.
uh, 11 midfielders,
Oh,
and
wow.
five forwards. So it's like obviously so two plus two plus seven plus five. Yeah, it's 20.
Yeah.
So
Mm.
I'll give you two options.
Uh-huh.
Either you name the two goalkeepers and the two defenders who have
Uh-huh.
been the talisman for their clubs,
Uh-huh.
or you name the 5 forwards.
Start with the keepers. I think it's Sanchez for sure because Brighton generally don't have a lot of attackers giving points.
So Brighton is Trossard.
Oh shit. Okay.
Sanchez was it last season?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think Jose Sa should be amongst the
Yes.
point.
Yes.
Yes.
He is the first one. They're
Um,
fighting relegation.
oh, is it Nick Pope?
Yeah.
Yeah, you gave me that was a very
Yeah.
very big clue. Yeah, defenders. Yeah, it should be Cancelo. He's
Yeah.
high.
Cancelo is one. Yeah.
Yeah,
He
uh,
just touched 200. So
yeah, he's on 200.
yeah.
Like he's
Yeah.
the first non-Liverpool, non-Klopp, non-attacking defenders
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
score 200 points. That's
Correct.
defender. Uh, is it Rudiger by any chance?
No.
No. Okay.
I think from Chelsea it's
No, I think it's
Mount is for
Mount. Yeah,
Chelsea is Mount, but yeah,
yeah,
Rudiger might be the highest defender for Chelsea.
yeah, for sure. Yeah,
So I'll give you a hint. We
yeah.
discussed this club a little bit in our discussion earlier that
Like
they are good projects for next season and so on and so forth.
A good project. Scar, Fabian Scar. No, not me.
No,
Okay. I think that'll give me the answer. Okay.
it's Aston Villa.
Oh, it's Matty Cash. I
Yeah, it's
forgot.
Cash. Yeah, Cash.
Oh, he's never
Because I
missed.
was surprised. I was surprised.
No, he generally never misses a game. Like it's been the same from.
Yeah, his X minutes have been really high.
Yeah. Like he's
as compared to
bang on
Luca Dean.
star. Yeah.
All right, the last one, and it's a who am I question. So I'll give you hints one by one.
Okay.
Okay. So first clue is I am the main center forward for my team.
Okay.
Obviously, it doesn't reveal too much. Second clue is this is my 8th season in Premier League.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
In spite of playing just over half the minutes I played last season, I have had 6 double-digit hauls already this season.
Okay. Is it Jamie
In
Vardy?
spite of playing, yeah. What a guess!
I told you that he's played so less.
Yeah. And then when you mentioned that in the discussion earlier, I quickly changed the topic because I didn't want to really talk about Vardy too much.
Vardy is very essential for Leicester, and I think he'll go down as one of my favorite players outside the top 6. Like because he's genuinely changed.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Genuinely changed.
He can change the game anytime. Surya, it's been a great pleasure speaking to you. I know it's midnight at where you are. We started when it was midnight, and I'm sure it's 1 o'clock at the end of London.
I'm used to that. I'm used to it. No worries.
Thank you so much, and really looking forward to doing something in future again. And I hope we'll look forward to seeing something new coming out from All About FPL.
Yeah, thanks, Anuj. Thanks for having me.
Take care. Have a good long weekend you have, right?
Yeah, I have a long weekend.